So I had a conversation with a young man named John, who joined the gang when he was just 17. He was a smart young man, who graduated with distinctions from the Arts and Sciences program right here in town. Now, I've known John since the day he was born. I know both his dad and his mom. I knew he was loved. He was their only son. They didn't just provide, they spent time with him. He was the center of attention. He was a popular kid. When I asked John about his aspirations, he said he'd seen himself being a politician. But as we spoke, he got angry. I don't know what happened. It could have been my facial expression or my question. But what did he expect? There was no correlation. He went from wanting to be a politician to joining a gang. So I asked the obvious question. I said, John, well, what went wrong? He shouted angrily. You see something wrong? Nothing changed, big man. His experience I getting from this gang, but forget it. You wouldn't understand. I said, John, you have my full attention. I'm just trying my best to see where you are coming from. You could tell he was upset, and he wasn't wrong. But luckily for me, he continued on. He said, you see, politics ain't about right or wrong. All that matters is whose side you're on. Remember, just like us, these parties got colors. And for that alone, they'd pry the food from your jars and leave you for dead. Then take it to feed their so-called brothers and sisters. Big man did us do it. Look how my friend get fired. He got a letter that said, thanks, but your service is no longer required. The following week, one of their known supporters got hired to the same position without any experience whatsoever. What happened now? You look shocked. Let me guess, you haven't heard much about that. Those kind of things don't make news a lot because y'all like fun, not the facts. When you come here talking to me about how I'm living, when last you went to any public meeting, you'll find candidates saying and doing some of the most obscene things. And people just laugh, and they don't support them. So like I said, it's not about real issues, and it sure ain't about progress. But I'll be honest, some people just talk the things. They know every last one of the government shortcomings. But the opposition has been in that position even before I was born. And I can't tell you one thing that they've done. Yes, they protested and got arrested. But they've been absent or silent on the most important issues in Parliament. Me? I could never do that. I was in class all when I was sick. Plus I always made it known when I was struggling. You think they could have been in my group for any project? No, not at all. People say that one party's been in too long, but is the opposition a real option? I can't forget when they were asked the question about alternatives to the International Monetary Fund. Do you know what the answer was? How come you've never asked the Prime Minister that question? Wow. Now if a country dethrones a king, why should they turn around and hail his twin? If it's because of the party for which he's running, then isn't that pretty much gang-related? Speaking of gangs, yes, you asked why I joined one. Well, the people need a change, so I plan to run. Why you laughing? I better get your vote. You think it's joke? We have meetings just like Parliament, you know. A little more civilized, though. Besides that, there is no difference. We discuss everything, like our plans, for instance, to make society believe we act in its interests. Because right now, acceptance, or the lack thereof, is the only thing that separates us from those suit-wearing and highly educated gang leaders.